I went to Panera because I wanted Panera. By the way, note to self, the green tea passion fruit drink mixed with the agave lemonade, 10 out of 10. I eat Panera so much, there's a fucking huge ass bagel box from when I ordered a dozen bagels last time. Anyway, let's just talk while I eat, because I'm a little stressed, just a little bit stressed at the moment. I don't like being uncomfortable, in the sense that my uncomfortability can be anything and everything, so long as it's not emotional. Like, emotional uncomfortability for me is like, no, I just can't do it. It's like deadly. Like, I'd rather die. By the way, I got the Chipotle avocado melt chicken sandwich. I always get this, but no, I cannot do emotional uncomfortability. It's just agony to me. I'm currently in the Panera parking lot. I feel like I'm in a weird spot. Like, I'm facing the street. Oh, this turned into an ASMR. You know, I don't know. I'm just at a point in my life where I feel like I need independence for myself, but I'm also aware that I cannot do it on my own at this point. Being emotionally uncomfortable to me is putting myself in a position where I can get offended by something can hurt my feelings, but because of the position that I'm in, I have to be in that position and I have to just deal with those emotions, whether I feel like I deserve them or not. And I hate that. By the way, this bread is like top tier. Granted, I'm at Panera Bread. You would think you would just assume that the bread would be top tier, but I mean, look at the, like, it's crispy. I don't know what type of bread they make the sandwich with, but I want to buy it in bulk. I'm still looking for an apartment. Put in 2 applications, and you know what? These applications are expensive. Like, who wants to put $150 down just for you to tell me no? You know, like, that sucks. Like, wow. Take my money, why don't you? I think that a lot of apartments are looking for more than what I am at this point, like how much I make and my credit, and you know, like the older you are, the higher your expectations are to have good credit, to have you know, a stable, steady income. Otherwise you need a co-signer, and then the co-signer, like, if the co-signer doesn't live in state, some places think that that's an issue. So let me turn my car off. There's no need for my car to be on right now. I think it's because obviously COVID, and a lot of people are looking for housing right now. A lot of people are selling their homes. If I had good credit, I would just focus on that, just buying a house instead of renting, but I'm not at that point right now. So I'm in front of an apartment building right now. It's a really nice bougie brownstone apartment. There's another bougie one across the street, and then another building like in the same little plaza. They're all 3 different units, but so I think the alarm is coming from over there. But it would be nice to live here. You wanna know how much a 1-bedroom is? I don't know, wait. I mean, it's got a little balcony. This one, the value. The Panera Bread literally across the street. You could just walk to the Panera Bread. And it's in like a part like there's obviously no crime on this side. It's on the highway, so it's like off the highway. I should say it's off the highway, not on the highway, but I feel like I'm not entertaining. I don't know if I'd watch this damn video my damn self. How do people do these, like, you know, eat with me type vibes? Anyway, whatever. I think that there's so much on my plate right now. And I have a tendency to abort anything that makes me uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable, anything that I just don't want to do. I'll just abort mission. And typically the mission that I'm aborting is like working. Like, I just don't want to do it anymore. And yeah, I'm grateful, you know, for the opportunities that I have, because I'm making more money than your average, well, not your average, but like anybody working in retail, I'm probably making more money than them, but it ain't enough money to pay for my bills. I have supplemental income, you know. I do Instacart on the side, DoorDash on the side, Uber Eats, all those like apps. So I do that. I also have my own personal business, Ceramic LLC. It's a press-on nail business that I started in 2020 during COVID time, like March lockdown time. And I was doing really good up until, sheesh, I don't even know. Up until probably like when COVID started to die down. I'm gonna say like around September, October. It started to slow down. Obviously, I think it was, you know, partially my effort. I wasn't promoting it as much. I wasn't posting about it. I wasn't making nails anymore, like new designs. I just kind of just let it go, because I was also focusing on other things. Like I had school, I was trying to buy a car, I was working. Like, I bought the car, by the way. I'm in it. But it was just a lot, and I just kind of let that go, and I focused on other things. At this point in my life, I'm trying to build more on that, and I wish that I took that opportunity and ran with it, all the way ran with it when I had the passive income from unemployment, because that unemployment was fantastic. Well, it was fantastic for people who didn't necessarily have to pay for 100% of their, you know, daily expenses. I mean, I did, but I didn't have to pay for, you know, rent and stuff like that, just everything else, phone bills and whatever little things I needed. But I ate half the sandwich and I have another half, and I want to eat it, but realistically, knowing myself, I'm gonna take one bite of it because I'm being, you know, greedy, and then I'm gonna want to throw it away because I bit half of it. But yeah, no, I wish I had put all of my energy into it then, instead of trying to rebuild that momentum now. And if there's any advice that I ever want to give to anybody who has a business or plans on opening a business, once you start, do not stop. Don't stop, because that momentum is what's going to push you forward. And once you lose that momentum, it's kind of hard to get back into that groove, personally, in terms of getting back into that production for your business. And then also, it's hard to get into it. God, just drove by. I don't know why when I see police officers I get nervous. Maybe it's for this guy who's had his trunk open for like an hour and a half. I don't know if it's been an hour and a half. I've only been here for like 20 minutes, but I'm gonna assume that's what it is. Or maybe this cop is just getting Panera bread and I'm just doing the most. Yeah, don't lose momentum. Once you lose momentum, it's like, forget about trying to get it. And I'm also noticing when it comes to my business, which is why I'm gonna have to, it's kind of hard to dial back once you've started it though, because now people have an expectation of what you're gonna do. But as a business, you have every right to change your mind and change your name and change your colors and change, you know, whatever it is about your business. Granted, don't do anything too drastic without warning and proper promotion if you're gonna do something drastic, because it's gonna change, you know, the perspective of your company. It's gonna change the way that people see you. It's gonna change a lot of things. But I'm at the point where, you know, I have to scale back in terms of what I was willing to do for promotion. So I have a affiliate program, which I think the affiliate program is probably like the best way to go about it, only because people would only get a percentage of the sales that they help create. So if nobody uses their, of course this fucking person parks literally right next to me. Like, there's a whole big ass parking lot and this fucking person decides to park right next to me. Basically, like, they can't even look at the doorway. Basically, where I'm at right now with my business is a lot. These cookies are good. Chocolate chip cookie from Panera. It tastes sweet, but like brown sugar sweet, not like white sugar sweet. So what I'm gonna have to do for my bed, I'm sorry, let me calm down. What I'm gonna have to do now for my business is scale it back. I can no longer do all of the promotions that I was doing before. I was gonna I offered, you know, 60% off, 40% off for everybody who would be an affiliate, and then on top of that they would get a percentage of sales. I'm making no profit. I'm basically making like what, $5 off of my sales, because I'm giving $5 to the person per set, depending on how much the set is, obviously. But typically it costs me time, because each set takes about an hour to 2 hours to do. I'm putting all my energy into it. I'm paying, you know, the affiliate marketing influencers a percentage, so typically $5 to $10 depending on what the set is and how much the amount is, but most of the time it's like $5. I'm paying somebody $5 for the sale. I'm paying for shipping costs. I'm paying for obviously product, packaging, labels, promotion if I want to promote on Instagram or Facebook. So I'm paying for all of that. By the time you deduct all of my expenses, I'm profiting like $5 each set, which in theory should be good, but it's really like nothing for the amount of time that I put into it. And if I want to make this a full-time job, or make this or at least make enough money to, you know, pay my bills, I'm not gonna be able to do that with $5 per set. Maybe like when I scale the business, like when I get a little bit bigger, then maybe I can scale my business and be able to do the things that I'm doing now at my stage. Because my nails are made to order. I don't have pre-made sets. I make them handmade every time somebody orders them, which is very time consuming, and business-wise, the best way to go about it is probably to just, like what most people do, they order them off AliExpress or somebody who makes the nails for them. They order them in bulk wholesale, and then they resell them in their own packaging and make it pretty and all that. Which, you know, it's okay. That's one business practice. I just feel like when you do that, your branding is going to be a little bit harder. It's harder to get a niche for the types of sets that you have, and your sets probably won't be unique because there's going to be other brands who make the same exact nails as you because they ordered from the same exact vendor as you. Granted, it's a lot. I mean, like, you know, talk about like writer's block. I get like no type of inspiration. And then I go online, I'll go on Instagram, Pinterest, and I'll see a bunch of nails that I'm like, bro, great, now I don't want to make the same exact nails that these people made, because that's stealing, you know? Like, I don't want to steal someone's designs, but also, how can you not? It's kind of hard not to do that, especially if you know, are lacking in motivation, you're looking for inspiration. It's kind of hard to not just copy and paste. At this point, in terms of my business, I'm just thinking about what I can do to make it a smoother transition and to increase my profits, increase my sales. Because I haven't had any sales in the last 6 months. That's a long time for a business to be docile and not make any income, because it costs for the website alone, like just for the website. It costs money to keep it up when you're not making any money. So that's just coming out of my pocket now to support my business. And, you know, that happens sometimes when there's a lapse in cash flow, but a lapse in cash flow is completely different from like just like no cash flow for the 6 months. This cookie is so good. I gotta look at their cookie recipe because it's so good. It's not too much chocolate. You know, we need a chocolate chip cookie. It's like chocolate and butter. That's another flavor. Being alone is uncomfortable for me. Driving is uncomfortable for me. I hate driving. I'd rather drive alone than with people in the car, only because I feel like when other people are in the car, like, I feel like I'm being judged. Like, if I turn too tightly or I turn too wide, I feel like I'm being judged from the people that are in the car. But so I prefer to drive alone. However, I hate driving. Like, the way my anxiety is set up, this driving thing, I hate doing it. And also, I think it's the fucking seat. Like, the way my boyfriend fucking drives is fucking retarded. I just feel like the position that I'm in right now is a very tricky position to be in, and I'm just a little bit stuck. I feel a little bit cramped because I don't want to work anymore. This full-time job thing just ain't for me, and I know that for the rest of my life I'm gonna have to work somewhere, somehow. If you know, unless the fucking American economy collapses, working full-time is what's going to be needed in order to support myself. However, if I could do that, doing something that I think is entertaining, doing something that I think is fun, and, you know, being a social media influencer is not easy. I could tell it's not easy, and I just started trying, and it's embarrassing. It's really, really, really uncomfortable. Like, I think the topic of today is uncomfortability. It's really uncomfortable to film yourself if you're not used to filming yourself. Like, I'm in a car right now, so I'm a little bit, you know, I have a little bit of a safety net because I'm in my car. It's uncomfortable to film yourself in public. I can't even film myself in front of my boyfriend if it's, you know, for anything other than just to look cute and do a cute little, you know, selfie video. Even that's a little cringy. But it's uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable, and I think that that's a sacrifice that a lot of people make, being watched and looked at and, you know, weird for recording everything that they're doing. It's also time consuming. Like, you don't realize how much filming you need to do in order to be an influencer. Like, granted, it's not like the hardest thing to do. It's just to remind yourself, like, oh, I have to like record me eating, I have to record me talking, I have to record, you know, me walking down the steps, and I have to get footage. And it's kind of weird to document your life like that randomly. Once you decide this is what you want to do, it's a little weird. But I'm trying to build my social media presence because I genuinely don't want to work anymore. I just don't. I don't want to do that anymore. If living uncomfortably is the way for me to live financially stable and free, then that's what I'll do. You know, I can deal with that. I just want to be done with like everything. I want to be done with this whole growing up adulting shit. Like, it's just not for me. Like, I just don't want to do this shit anymore. So yeah, I wanna be free. I don't wanna do this anymore. I'm completely exposing myself because I'm not wearing any makeup. My eyebrows have not been done in the last year and a half. I'm not gonna lie, I have not done my eyebrows and I don't even know how long. It's just time consuming, and I feel like I cannot do it myself, and I don't want to pay $50 for somebody to wax my eyebrows, and I also don't want to pay $20 for somebody to do it and not do it correctly, because my eyebrows, if you can kind of tell, like they don't, this one specifically is a little bit sparse at the end, and then this one is definitely sparse at the end, but it has like its own shape. And like the shape, this is the shape that I prefer. Yeah, this is the shape that I prefer, like this, and it tapers down. This one's a little bit like, the tail is thicker, and if you thin it out, it'd be too thin. Like, it'd be uncomfortably, like, weirdly thin. So whatever. I think I look better without my glasses. No. Ugh. Scratch that. I'm completely makeup free. I'll discuss, I have like hyperpigmentation, a lot of hyperpigmentation. Anybody that's ever met me in person or seen me in person knows that I have hyperpigmentation. It's bad. And I'm gonna do a whole video on PCOS and how it's shaped my life, how it's affected me and my confidence, and how I feel about myself as a whole, and my standards of beauty, and how I feel like my skin is. My skin, I always have 2 pimples up here at the top, like sometimes here and on the sides, but I think that's because of like my pillowcase, because I've been sleeping on a satin pillowcase, and I feel like those types of pillowcases, it's kind of hard. You have to wash them more frequently because I think it doesn't penetrate into the pillow the way that typical cotton pillowcases like would soak into the pillow. So yeah, so that's another thing. But so I had that, and other than that though, other than the discoloration, I don't really get pimples like that. I don't really have issues with my skin other than I mean, it's oily. Other than the discoloration, you can really see it on this side. It's, my cheeks are darker. Not exactly sure where that came from. It's like a natural contour. And then I have discoloration all under my chin. It's a little embarrassing, but I got a man who loves me. I got a family. And quite frankly, like, I'm not in high school anymore, so I don't really care how people feel about what my skin looks like anymore. I have no problem exposing myself this way. So I'm gonna do a whole video on PCOS, my journey, learning how to cope with it, birth control, why it sucks, And you know, yet I'm still on it. I'm on the Nuva ring. The Nuva ring, I'll talk about it another time. So this is like my first vlog, I guess. I mean, it's not really a vlog, it's just a little me venting, really. I came to Panera to vent. I've been talking for 30 minutes. Talking to a camera is very therapeutic. And like, it's very calming. I feel so calm. Like, who needs a therapist? I'm kidding, everybody needs a therapist. If this video actually makes it to YouTube, my editing skills are on A1 because I had to edit a lot of this stuff out. But I'm on a journey of self-awareness, self-understanding, and fuck the system. Like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to work anymore. And you know what? I know everybody's gonna say tough luck. It's life. You have to work. You gotta work full time. Do you not want kids? And you know, I don't know anymore. I don't know anything anymore. I don't know if the life that I want is attainable. I don't know if the way that I want to live is attainable. It is. Scratch that. No. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm lying. Everything that I'm saying is BS. Everything that I want is attainable. Everything that I desire is attainable. Everything that I'm gonna do, I have to take my glasses off for this one because y'all gonna hear me. Everything that I want is attainable. Anything that I desire, I will have. I'm putting it out in the universe. This is my first YouTube video. It doesn't make any sense. There's no order to this. Probably gonna delete it in the future when, you know, like I get better at filming and like YouTube videos and stuff. But what I want, I will have. What I want, I will have. What I want, I will have. And I want this money. I want this internet money. I wanted to make a YouTube channel for so long before I knew that you can, like, everybody says that though, like, oh, it's not being a YouTuber, but I'm serious. Before I knew you could even make money on it, I wanted to document my life. I wanted to use it to document my life. I wanted to use it to express myself and be authentic and be me. And if people like me, they like me. If they don't like me, that's fine, because I was documenting it for myself and not for anybody else. And this is the end of my video. And I don't have an outro or anything to say, really. I'll let the journey continue.